Ubisoft has been facing a ton of backlash over Assassin's Creed Shadows. Every teaser and trailer has gotten completely ratioed, and we just saw Japanese gamers launching a petition to have this game altered or straight up canceled, saying it is a serious insult to their culture and history. But that petition has continued to skyrocket, and it's clear that the media is wrong about it being just a few gamers who are upset about this title. I have a few different things to show off, but before we get into the topic, if you enjoy the content I create, check out the links in the description, join the community in my live streams, and consider supporting through Patreon or YouTube memberships. Now, of course, we have seen the media talk time and time again about how when angry gamers voice how unhappy they are with a project, it's just them being ists or phobes or just disgusting human beings. But it is clear that time and time again, that is not the case. People want good storytelling, really great games, especially when they're $70. And there are people who are upset about the historical inaccuracies with a title like Assassin's Creed Shadows. And yes, Assassin's Creed has never been the most historically accurate series ever. I'm not sitting here trying to say that, but when it's come to historical figures they've put in their titles, like Cleopatra, George Washington, Leonardo da Vinci, they've done a pretty solid job, and this ups the ante because this is the first playable historical figure they've put in a game, so we have high expectations, and they definitely aren't living up to them. And just a few days ago, we saw this petition launched by Japanese gamers. This is a That Park Place article I wanted to reference. It says they have launched a petition to have Ubisoft cancel their upcoming Shadows game, and this has only continued to skyrocket in signatures. It says, of course, gamers have launched this petition to have them cancel their upcoming Shadows game, as translated via Google Translation. It was a petition created by Shimizu Toru, stating recently the lack of historical accuracy and cultural respect has been a serious problem for Ubisoft, which they of course have scheduled to release Assassin's Creed Shadows. It talks about how they continue to misunderstand the essence and role of samurai, and this is a serious insult to Japanese culture and history and can lead to racism. Now, we've always asked, I think, for a Japanese Assassin's Creed game. We've asked for something like Shadows, but it's been years of asking, and there have been other games that have done significantly better that have really scratched that itch. Something like Ghost of Tsushima. We, of course, had Rise of the Ronin recently. Those are games that are, of course, a little bit different, don't get me wrong, but definitely capture what we wanted originally all those years ago when Ubisoft wasn't listening to us. And of course, we expected them to do a really good job with Shadows when they first announced it. They were really hyping it up, saying it was going to, change the franchise for the better. They were going to be very innovative with this. I mean, they were really, really set on this doing kind of the best, this being the new landmark in the series. And well, it is, definitely gaining them a lot of attention, but for all the wrong reasons, because every teaser and trailer has gotten ratioed. Look at this one, the official world premiere trailer. 8.9 million views, 290,000 likes to 754,000 dislikes. I'm honestly shocked the comment section's still open on this. We also had the extended gameplay walkthrough from Ubisoft Forward 3 weeks ago. It has 1.9 million views, 53,000 likes to 104,000 dislikes. So there are definitely some people who are trying to counteract the negatives with positives, but it's definitely not working. Their numbers are not even coming close to these. And now, of course, on top of people just taking to YouTube to dislike trailers and going on social media and voicing how unhappy they are, now they're facing petitions. Now, when this article originally released, it had 16,000 signatures. This was a petition that had actually flown under the radar for about 2 weeks because it had originally been, put up on June 19th, and it didn't really get coverage until about a week to a week and a half later, and it had 16,000 signatures at this point in time. So from June 19th to July 1st, but since content creators have started covering it and it's been shared on social media a lot, these numbers have skyrocketed. I mean, as you can see at this point in time, it's got right under 70,000 signatures, and they've almost hit their next goal of 75,000. And I definitely think that that is going to happen. It is very clear that when the media says, oh, only ists and phobes are upset with this game, it is not the truth. We have seen them trying to damage control, not just for Ubisoft, but for tons of companies. In this specific instance, Ubisoft, but they've tried to say, oh, you're all just ists and phobes if you're disliking this. You know, they're trying to do something new and unique and different. But even Japanese gamers are furious with this. They are not happy with the decisions that they've made with this title. And of course, a big reason why people are so upset is because Ubisoft had previously boasted about how much time and effort went into research. Ubisoft Quebec went to great lengths consulting source documentation and building a network of expert historians, professors, and cultural consultants to help the team build a world as authentically as possible, from castle construction principles to tea ceremonies. But we can see with just a quick glance that that definitely is not the case, because the architecture is all wrong. The way that Yasuke's armor looks is wrong. Of course, Yasuke is a historical figure, is not accurate here. He was never a full-blown samurai. He was more akin to a retainer. I mean, we have so many problems compiled into the about 25 minutes we have seen of this game. It's hilarious because they had boasted about how much work and effort went into this, when we can clearly see that that's just not the case. Now, of course, from the start, people were insulted because they had released the teaser trailer without showing any gameplay, yet they put pre-orders up. They expected us to spend $70 to $130 on a title we had yet to even see, which was just such a slap in the face. And this backlash is not going to die down for them anytime soon. They would have to completely scrap this game to get people to stop talking about it, and clearly that's not going to happen. They've already invested a lot of time and money and effort into it, and I think when it releases, it's not going to be the massive success, the mega hit that they've wanted it to be, judging by all of the criticism it has already faced. Never mind when we actually are able to take our time and see what they've done and actually have our hands on this title. So I do not think this is going to get any better for Ubisoft, and this petition is going to continue to grow in numbers. And of course, Japanese gamers have a right to be upset with the fact that Ubisoft is taking their history and throwing it away in order to make something more diverse and inclusive. And of course, we have these people saying it is a serious insult to their culture and history, which does not bode well for this company. But that's all that I had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this, give it a like, and if you didn't, give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I'll talk to you all again in the next video really soon.